Hi, boys and girls. Shout out to both boys basketball teams for awesome games yesterday. I enjoyed being there for them. Great job. All right, so let's talk about rotations today or tonight, and then we're going to talk about them more tomorrow. Rotations are the most difficult in class. I'm going to show you a trick to help you. So make sure you're paying attention tomorrow and you're paying attention now. Here we go. So rotations. A rotation is a transformation that turns a figure about or around a point or a line. Basically, rotation means to spin a shape. The point a figure turns around is called the center of rotation. The center of rotation can be on or outside the shape. What does a rotation look like? Well, we took this original triangle here and we rotated about the center here, it's probably about the origin, and when we rotated it and we turned it 90 degrees counterclockwise, so we can rotate two directions that we're going to be talking about. We can either go clockwise and think about like a regular clock. Clockwise, it goes down this way. Counterclockwise will go this way. Okay, so this one here is turned counterclockwise, and then we're going to have 4 different degrees that we can turn. We're going to go 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees. And you can really add a 4th one in there, 360 degrees. So this is rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise. We took this shape here and we just turned it about the center point over that way. Here, if we're taking like this triangle here, okay, we could have rotated it this way. About this center here, it's another one. You could have also thought about going this way. So you're turning it about that center point. If it does go 360 degrees, how far does it spin? It goes all the way around. So let's say it started here. It's going to go all the way back to where it began. That's one full turn. So really nothing changes if you rotate it 360 degrees. If we rotate it 180 degrees, all it does is it turns it upside down. So let's say we started over here. We go down this way. So it's a half turn. It goes halfway around when it's 180 degrees. It ends up upside down. 90 degrees is just a quarter turn. Okay, so we start here and just go this way. Right? So what we're going to talk about in class tomorrow is if you take your paper, clockwise and counterclockwise, we can always look at the clock to help us. But if you turn it like you take your paper and you go 1 turn, that's 90 degrees. 2 turns is 180, 3 turns is 270, and then 4 turns would be 360. So if we take triangle A to triangle B, we're rotating it 90 degrees. It says right, but that's really, we're going to say that's clockwise. Okay, those are the terms that you're going to need to know, clockwise or counterclockwise. We're looking at this arrow here. If we go from arrow A to arrow B, we're rotating at 180 degrees. And the funny thing about 180 degrees is if you go counter or clockwise, 180 degrees is going to be the same. Okay? When some shapes are rotated, they create a special situation called rotational symmetry. So when we're spinning a shape, and it looks exactly the same, that's rotational symmetry. There's a lot of things in real life that have rotational symmetry. A lot of these transformations we're talking about are used to form symmetrical items in art and in things in real life. And again, let's just look at this chart again. Okay, so now that we've talked about these 3 over here, talked about translation, rotation, and reflection. All of these keep the shape congruent. So the shape stays the same size, it's just changing its position. So translation, change in location. Rotation is turn around a point, and a reflection is a flip over a line. Here are the 3 questions I'd like you to answer. Number 1, assuming the red triangle over here is rotated clockwise, remember clockwise goes this way, to the blue triangle, about the origin, what is the angle? Remember the degrees of rotation. So it's 90, 180, 270, 360. Number 2, assuming the red triangle here is rotated clockwise, same direction as before, to the blue triangle about the origin, what is the angle or the degrees of rotation? And number 3, assuming the triangle ABC, which is this one over here, is rotated counterclockwise, and counterclockwise is now going this way, to the image triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. Remember, that's how we name the image. About the origin, what is the angle or the degrees of rotation? All right, have a good night.